Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Prop Time Live with you as always, Johnny Elias. I got a new background here because just couldn't do the thing with the projector in the back. It just looks kind of stupid. What also looks stupid, at least from my vantage point, is that the neon sign behind me that reads podcasts is basically flipped. So it doesn't display as podcast, and I can't figure out how to just have it be the normal image. So yeah, anyone knows Restream.io, let me know. All right, what a weekend we had over here at Prop Time Live. We had an amazing record. Not so much on the show the last time because we lost the Tyler Johnson over 2.5 receptions. We won Tyler Algier over 6.5 rushing attempts. We lost James Conner under 69.5 rushing yards. We won Josh Allen under 31.5 passing yards. And then we lost Garrett Wilson's over on 51.5 receiving yards. We do have two still pending for that. The one was the DK Metcalf enhanced touchdown score. And along with DK, we still have Tyler Huntley, who needs to pass for 150 yards because we have over 149.5. It's not really clear what to expect from Tyler Huntley, but I would really hope that he could throw the ball at least 150 yards. I mean, even Tommy DeVito at one point figured that out, although before that, holy shit, he was bad. Not much we can do if he's that bad, but I don't think he is. I feel like he was Lamar's backup for a little bit, and he wasn't too bad. So hopefully he fills in for Tua nicely. Yeah, with the other wagers, the stuff I posted for Twitter, and this is just football only is all I'm tracking because baseball's over, and there'll be very limited WNBA. Once basketball starts, there'll be a whole different tracking thing. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a show every night with that, and probably start about 6 because injury news starts coming out around 5, and we would want to get it out before any 7 o'clock tips. But anyway, that's a long way away. But football, again, tracking it, put together a nice Google sheet. That's my fault. Should have been done before. I was trying to put this all together while also working a day job, and actually it's a lot getting this all set up. So we're starting to track. We'll be tracking. I did all the football. If I missed something, let me know, because I just had to scour my Twitter for everything that I posted. And then also you have to understand, what I give you guys is maybe half of what I actually have. So I have to sort through everything that was a Prop Time Live only. There was Prop Time Live with me only. It's particularly the college being in New York with not many outs. I have to sometimes give you guys the better books for those who live in a state where you can play those on the regulated ones versus me having to hunt around through the offshore world. So, and builder. But anyway, yeah, 37-17 and 1. And the one that we pushed on was the Chargers, who I had 7.5 at another place earlier in the week, but then a lot of Chargers money came in at the end. But CFB sides, college football sides were 5-0. CFL props were 4-0. 37-17 and 1. Guys, I'm doing this for free. Now, obviously, we're never going to have, we will have these type of weekends again, but we'll have the opposite of this as well. There's always a regression to the mean. So this upcoming week, while I want to give out some props to really help you guys, there might be a regression to the mean. So I'm going to probably play a little tighter. this week, not really overextend myself because, I mean, particularly if you guys got that parlay that we used for my ESPN bet promo. Again, I don't bet parlays really ever. That was just as part of this promo, and not even one where I'm going to see later on another very similar promo in another book and play it. Just using it because it was available when we signed up for ESPN Bet, which is new. And if you hit that parlay with us, I mean, it was just an outstanding day as far as the actual dollar bills, is concerned. But wow, what a great weekend for us record-wise. I mean, the Chicago Bears, me going in at -1.5 out of the open and then coming back around, grabbing a -3. That still hit, and Ravens -2.5. That was still pending when we finished last night. That wins. It was great. So it's going to be tough to expect this type of weekend, but we will be tracking from now on. That, again, should have been tracked before. So every time something is given out, I'll put it on the sheet. If the sheet's not entirely filled out, or particularly if it's the results, or I should say if the results where it says 0, 1, or 0.5, if that's blank, those are still pending props. And just so you guys know, 1 means it was a win for the game. 0 means it was a loss, and the 0.5 means there was a push. Looking at the chart, I think it's pretty clear. But green is win, yellow's push. The stuff that's white are losing, and you will see a lot of green if you check out the Google sheet. That'll become a big part of this, because then everyone will be able to go back and not be pissed off if something happens. So anyway, what I wanted to do today is I updated my power rankings last night. These are my own. Again, I think I mentioned the same way with my own projections. I have my own power ratings that have been being tweaked for probably at least 3 years now. I put them together during COVID initially, when I had a lot of time, and I just tweaked them every game that's occurred since then. Had to do a lot with the no crowd with COVID. But one of the things that I've realized coming, there's NF Elo app. It's a website. They have a home field tracker. Right now, home field's only running at about 1.28 points versus the conventional, 2, or I think really even 2.1 was kind of conventional wisdom there for a while. So we did that. Then I looked at some of the look-ahead lines, which I also linked in separate Google Sheets for you guys on Twitter as well. But those won't be pinned or anything, unlike the Google Sheets. That being said, I didn't get a chance to do every game, but I did do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games I managed to get through with my power ratings and create a rough spread. Then, as I mentioned, we have other sets of ratings that come from other people. I see what they're doing, see if maybe my power ratings need any more adjustments, and then I incorporate theirs as well with weighted averages across the board, and we get the full spread. But I always start Monday or Sunday with mine and get a rough look using the look ahead lines and my initial power ratings. So we'll just go through these real quick, and we'll look at the current market lines and see if there's anything of value here. Thanks everybody for tuning in again. Like and subscribe, throw me a follow, and hopefully get to keep doing this. Just takes time and like to build an audience. So if you like the show, share it, do whatever you got to do. Now it doesn't look so, like I'm in a crack den, basically. It was just more or less an empty room in the house. I thought might be good. I mean, the projector does work, but it's just not going to do anything for the show. It looks fucking stupid. All right, so games that I did manage to get: Arizona at San Francisco. I have San Francisco minus 8.5. Let's see what Vegas has to say, except I'm in totals and it's not all Vegas anymore. All right, so all right, let's see here. We have Bookmaker at minus 8. We have Pinnacle minus 7.5, Circa minus 7.5, Caesars minus 7.5, ESPN Bet minus 7.5, minus 105, Bet Online minus 7.5, BetMGM minus. So it seems like 7.5 is the consensus. We have an 8.5. If that would go to 7, I'd probably grab San Fran. Typically, I like to, within the power ratings, at least this early, have about 1.5 to 2 points different to start really looking at a play. And so that's about a point. But if it comes back to the 7 and then we have a potential for a push, the game's a touchdown, I'll probably grab that in, today or tomorrow until I get additional ratings and projections and those type of things. All right. So the next game we have is Atlanta versus Tampa Bay. I have this as Atlanta minus 1. Let's see what the market has to think. Wow, they have Atlanta minus 2.5. So this is probably a game where I may take Tampa Bay today, even because they're the Thursday night game. And they are sort of within, I say, target range, that 1.5, 2 points being a minus 1. So there'd be value on the other side of 2.5. So that might be a play. Baltimore at Cincinnati. I have Baltimore minus 2.5. That'd be a good game. Baltimore's minus 3 plus 100. At some places are low juice, but in like minus 102, minus 105. So we're right on there, no play, at least from the early looks. With respect to Carolina at Chicago, I have Carolina getting 4.5. Carolina. Yeah, it's basically, I see some 3.5, some 4s. No 3s. So 3.5, 4 looks like more 3.5s with that. So maybe there's some value with Carolina there. I just like Chicago, and I like Chicago there. I'm not touching that. Buffalo at Houston. I have Buffalo at minus 1.8. I would like to say the 2. I'd probably lean close to 1.5, but technically, if you would round up 1.8, it would be 2. And I'm trying to only do 1 decimal point, so just leave it at 1.8. The game right now is Buffalo minus 1, although there are pick'ems at Bet Online and Bookmaker / Crisp. I don't see a line for Pinnacle. Let me just skip. We'll go to another one where I actually feel where I actually made a play last night. Dallas at Pittsburgh. I have Pittsburgh at minus 2.5. Now, the line on that game is ultimate game. Okay, right now the Steelers are minus 2.5 point favorites, or they're moving to minus 2 at DraftKings. That looks recent. Oh, we do have some minus 2s coming across the square books. ESPN Bet Online's kind of sharp. BetMGM. There's a minus 1.5 in FanDuel, minus 112. That's really being on an island, FanDuel. So yeah, basically when I did the power ratings, I got the right rating minus 2. So 2.5. Looking at like where there's some other 2s, it's only about half a point there, but for some other reasons, like Dallas in this game, they have to show up at some point and win a game. They look like doo-doo, and I know Pittsburgh has a good D, and they're coming in there on the road. But the boys need a win, and even though they're not within quote-unquote range, I did see some movement, line movement reflects that the line's been moving down. So I did grab a 2.5 on Dallas last night, even though we weren't in target range. So I will add that to the sheet. Let me just see if there's any others where there was. I think Minnesota had something, and then we'll get into more prop centered stuff. Minnesota. Where are they? I don't see them on here. That's strange. Minnesota. Who did I have them playing? The New York Jets. Okay, do I see the Jets? Oh, here they are. I just had to scroll up. All right, so yeah, I had Vikings -4. I see the -2.5 here. That's another play I'm going to make. It's kind of widely available at some different books, so it's heavier juice. But like Caesars -2.5, -110. BetMGM -2.5, -115. Pinnacle, if you can bet there, -2.5, -10. Circa -2.5, -10. Yeah, I'm going to take the Vikes. I had to up them considerably in my power rankings just with what they did in the week. I mean, I still think they're due to lose a game, but I don't think it will be against the Jets. And that's not recency bias based on the Jets yesterday. This goes back a little ways. They first it was Rodgers Ross, then he has a great game, then he stinks out loud again. So yeah, I guess those are the two. I'm going to bet Minnesota -2.5, and I've already bet Dallas +2.5 for next week. So those will be our openers for the NFL Week 5. Now, let's talk about some props. I mentioned that we still have from the show Tyler Huntley's prop and DK Metcalf's props pending. But let's see if we can find one additional one to go off with here. And, it was very weird Sunday just seeing all your bets are doing great. And then the witching hour comes and you're just like, oh no, here we go. Here it comes. Like Jaden Daniels. Holy shit, man. What? That guy looks outrageous. Giants had you tanked like I recommended. He would be on our team, but instead we have somebody that looks like they've been interning at Goldman Sachs for just far too long to be an intern. It's kind of nuts. So yeah, let's go and see if we can find a couple additional props here. I know a lot of podcasts, they talk about the games, and probably you turn ESPN for that. Again, I'm trying to keep this under a half hour, although I'm getting to enjoy doing these more and more, but I don't want to saturate timeline or anything. And also, if you guys I would recommend you reading these articles that I put out. I mean, they're 4-0 CFL props. 2 of them were in there. We had a Wong teaser that's going to continue. But the Wong teaser didn't hit, but my own did. So that was kind of fun. But anyway, the stream is lacking in quality right now. I'm not sure why. But let's go to the props. I kind of know where I'm going to go here. I had one kind of pegged earlier. I just want to see if the line has moved at all. And I can give that out. And then I guess we could talk some miscellaneous bullshit as well. I'm just trying to make sure this line didn't move out of... No, okay. I mean, it's gone down a little bit, but I see some viable numbers here. So I got a little better price, but for tracking, I'm going with what we have. So I have and will be placing. I will be placing a wager on Jalen Waddle over 3.5 receptions. It's a plus 100 bet MGM. There is also this one's moving on the chain reception prop. But that's not what I was getting at. And if you can bet at Pinnacle, they have a 3.5 plus 105, and also Bet 105. Yep, Bet 105, one of our favorite books. Reduced juice. Odds are a little tougher, but it's where the winners play. Anybody can be welcome there, and they mirror Pinnacle's lines a lot. So if you have an odds screen, you kind of look at Pinnacle, and then you can bet into the Pinnacle lines, but it's basically at this other site offshore. And so, us in America can't get a Pinnacle account. So I'll probably make that wager through Bet 105 and not Pinnacle. Again, it's priced there plus 105. We have it as minus 118. So I'll add that to the Google sheet as well. I don't think any college power ratings are ready, and we probably wouldn't have time to go through a ton of stuff anyway. Actually, we do have some from. Okay. Oh, also with power ratings, here's a suggestion about what I would do. You can make some power ratings derived from season win totals. You have to devig them, but they can be a nice jumping off point. What's become less and less accurate, but is also a good starting point for power ratings or Madden ratings. Or I guess if now we have college football 25 back, ratings for those games, and then you tweak them and adjust, or you can just get another set of power ratings and sort of tweak them and adjust as well. I'm just waiting to pull these up here. Okay, let's see what's been done. Okay, Texas moved to. I have like power ratings, but just reading off the top 10 in the power ratings, and they're pretty close, at least in the top 3 or 4, and then it starts to drop off a little bit. But we have number 1 here, Texas, number 2, Bama, number 3, Georgia, number 4, Ohio State, followed by Oregon, Penn State, Michigan, Notre Dame, and Tennessee. So anyway, why don't we see if there's any like marquee matchups in NCAA football right now? I can't do props. I don't have the projections, but let's see if we got anything here that is viable. Let's just pick. Let's just go in afternoon slate real quick here. If that'll work. I want to pull up one other thing to help us do this. Should have had this up before. I apologize, but I did not think we were going to get to where we needed to get to here. But anyway, let me go to elsewhere to find what we need here. Always have end arounds. It always helps. Basically, I have home field advantage for each team pegged, and whoa. All right, come on, guys. It's getting a little ridiculous here. All right, let's go. We're almost there, guys. Promise. Although I shouldn't make promises I can't keep. No. Come on, show me home fields. All right. Here we go. We also have point spread values for every quarterback. I have to adjust those though. All right, so let's see. Let's give us a marquee game here. It's tough sledding, folks. What about? All right, let's see this game. Noon kick on the 5th. We got Texas A&M at home against Missouri. The Vegas line is, well, some of my feed is blurred out on this, but -2 circa, -1 penny, -1.5 bookmaker, DraftKings -1.5, Caesars 1.5, Bet Online 1.5, can't be 1.5. So anyway, let's see if we got any value there. And then I'll try one more game and we'll probably get out of here. Since I added another prop for last night. So let's see what we got here for this matchup with Texas A&M and Mizzou. All right, so we have Mizzou. We got to find Texas A&M here and where I put them. Or not where I put them, but where they were put here. All right, so they're there. And let's see what we have for Texas A&M's home field advantage. We have them with a home field advantage of 3.5. See how much different it is with college, which gives us Texas A&M -2. And we see some -1.5s, but and I say it brings us that because my power ratings produce 5.5 in favor of Missouri, and then deduct the home field for Texas A&M. So it's actually Missouri -2. Texas A&M is favored, so I'll take a flyer on Missouri again. This is. Makes me a little nervous, but I think Mizzou is definitely a better team. And it's within range, definitely. So we got to go. We'll go in range. Again, I'm keeping it tight, but I wanted to give a college football selection and an early NFL if possible, which we have accomplished. We got that additional prop coming for tonight with Jalen Waddle over 3.5 receptions. But all right, I have to take off, and I'm sure you guys do as well. Hope you have a great Monday. Hope your bets win. What a week. What a week. What a week. Let's keep it going. It's, one of the things I mentioned at the beginning with this is I wanted to keep people alive past week 6 and week 8. If you played things from Twitter, you probably built some great bankroll to make it past that point. So enjoy, conserve your bankroll, play a little tighter this week. We'll talk probably tomorrow. All right.